Okay, so we got the first week. The first hurdle is over. You've got one more hurdle, and then you'll be good. Okay, so the first week is over, and now this second week is going to be a little bit more difficult for you. Okay, just a warning in advance. But let's see where we are right now. We know that we have uh, a digital circuit that works together with analog circuits. Okay, the analog circuits are what we've studied up until this last course. Okay, just V equals IR type of stuff. They're the workhorse. It's where all the work gets done is with analog circuits. But to control those analog circuits, then we use digital circuits to do that. And how do we do that? Well, we have the digital circuits sample test the status of the analog circuit. In other words, the analog circuit was getting continually varying amounts of current and voltage, whatever, whatnot. And that's the information that the digital circuit wants to know. So how does it do that? It grabs that. It takes sample tests of the analog circuit measurements, takes its measurements, and actually changes them, transmits them into uh, digital quantities. So, for example, if you've had a 56 volt, okay, they take that 56 volt, chop it up into bits, okay, so that you get a number of bits, 8 bits up to 32 or even 64 bits to give you a number that corresponds to 57 volts. Okay, and that information then is stored. It needs to be stored in bits. Those bit information is stored somehow, and we'll go over this week how that particular information is stored. But it also, in some cases, has to be displayed. And today we're going to go over a little bit on how that is done, being displayed. And in order to do that, we have to encode it, okay, and then decode it and send it to a proper display uh, type a unit, okay, and there are several different kinds that we can have from LEDs, LCDs, and a lot more sophisticated type of indication. Okay, so today we will learn a little bit how that is performed. All right, and then tomorrow and the next few days, we'll discuss on how that information is stored. Okay, how it's stored uh, and transmitted between different parts of the circuits. Okay, so the object of the digital circuit is we've got a CPU that controls the information, where it's flowing to, and what form it's flowing to, and when it's needed. It performs the calculations that are needed to figure out, well, is the status good or bad? Is it true or false? And from the Boolean algebra expressions and so forth. And if it's good, then we switch things on. If it's bad, we switch things off, that kind of stuff. Okay. So we've got a lot to cover this week. And on Thursday, I will give you some of an overview of a microcontroller circuit. Okay, how it is all this stuff is put together and in one nice unit. Okay, so well, let's get started today with display units.